In this video, I'm going to show you how you can hypnotize yourself to achieve any goal that you have right now effortlessly. If you want to build the dream body that you've been chasing, or the dream business that's a little bit out of reach, or if you want to walk into any room and be confident, then this video is for you. This is going to reprogram your mind to close the gap from where you are right now, right here, and where you're trying to go. And we're not going to use any affirmations. This is the exact technique that I use for traders, for entrepreneurs, to close that gap and remove any procrastination, boom and bust cycles, or even inconsistencies in your business or your trading. And after this is done, that is when you can have those 5-figure months consistently, or you can walk into the room and get that multi-million-dollar business deal, just like my clients have already done. So how does this technique actually work? Well, first you have to understand why people don't get there in the first place. Because if you go through the exercise without knowing what to look for, it's not gonna work. So let's say you have a goal, a dream body, a dream business, a 5-figure month consistently, and you haven't reached it for 5 years of trying. That does not necessarily mean that you lack discipline, but it does mean that you have some sort of resistance sitting in between you and that goal. That resistance in between you and that goal, it does not come from your conscious thought. It's not your idea to have this problem. It's not your idea to sit where you are right now, having not achieved that thing that you wanted to achieve yet, okay? So get that out of the way. It sits underneath, like you're not broken. I know you're disciplined and you're taking the steps, you're working hard, but with this, there is resistance. There is something just stopping you. It's like running into a wall over and over again, and it just doesn't seem like you can get past it. This sits in the subconscious mind. And as long as it is a subconscious driver, it's going to, like Carl Jung said, it's going to determine your life, and you will call it fate. And as long as you let fate drive your life because you're not working on your subconscious mind, you're going to be stuck where you are right now for eternity. I've worked with traders who traded for 16 years without having a consistent year. And that is the worst trap that you can fall into. So before we go into the actual exercise, this is not going to be some magical thing where the goal will show up just because you did this exercise. The deals are not going to write themselves. The backtesting, the processes are not going to make themselves, but it will make it easy and effortless for you. The video is for you to reach your goals effortlessly. What this does is it removes the resistance in between you and the goal that you have, so that instead of having the speed of doubt or fear to determine how fast it takes until you get your goal, you will actually be able to go at the speed that you're actually capable of, the maximum speed. Because if there's no resistance, things can go really fast. Like look at electricity. If you have a very non-resistant line, it will go extremely fast, but then you put on resistance and it will go slower and less energy, less power. And that is exactly what is inside your system right now. It's just some extra added resistance that if you remove it, it will go fast. So confidence is just a side effect of removing these things. Successful consistency is just about removing the internal resistance that is causing the inconsistency. So I'm going to give you a tool that you can use every single time that this resistance comes up. Every time you're about to do something and you can't make yourself do it, or if you're continuously not being consistent what you're trying to be consistent with, or if you want confidence, you use this exercise and you're going to be able to go through it. If you felt that resistance before, that's exactly what we're going to remove now, so that you can reach your goal with much less effort. So if you want this to be the most powerful, obviously you shouldn't do this just once, but what you should do is save this video, put it at an alarm each day, and put the link into it and repeat it for 30 days in a row and see what happens with your life. See what happens with your business. See the steps and the actions that you are able to take because of this. And now get comfortable, lay down, and the easiest way you can do this, because I'm going to describe you a process, and what you can do is between each and every step, what you can do is just pause the video and fully try to do it for yourself. I'm going to give you a technique. I'm not just going to tell you what to do. I'm going to give you the technique so that you can do this for yourself each and every day. So let's get ready and let's go through the 8 steps. All right, so let's start with breathing. And you can close down your eyes for this. So starting breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. First, what we want to do is to relax our body and just continuing this breath, because this is exactly what you're going to start with each and every time. And out. And for every breath, just feeling your body relaxing more and more. And I want you to do 10 of these deep breaths, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, and focusing on how the relaxation is spreading throughout your body. And out. And now for step 2, I want you to imagine starting to relax your body parts, and just starting in your face. Seeing if you can relax the muscles in your face, in your jaw, relaxing your neck, your shoulders. And just for this step, continuing all the way down through every part of your body. And letting this take a few minutes to really relax. And starting with the 3rd step, what we want to do now is to start counting down from 10 down to 0. And in between every number, I want you to say deeper sleep. So doing one number, 10, deeper sleep. 9, deeper sleep. And just allowing yourself to go all the way down to 0. And for every number, just imagining yourself becoming more and more relaxed and tired as you go down and finishing step number 3. And now step number 4 is to find yourself in the achieved state. Find yourself in the moment where you've already succeeded. And not even the moment when you win, but the moment after you win, a month or so after. How does it feel to just be existing? Who are you with? How are you holding your body? What does it look like around you? Try to paint a picture of what a completely normal day looks like after you succeeded. This step prints an image in your subconscious mind and creates the belief that it's possible for you. That not only is it possible, but it's normal for you. And now from this state, from this person that you are, in this achieved version of yourself, just let one of those old doubts or old experiences or moments come up. And just let that doubt or feeling surface. Any doubt about yourself, any reason for why you can't. And don't try to resist anything. Just allow yourself to feel and hear the doubts. Even if you learned to think positively. For step number 6, I want you to welcome this feeling in. Welcome this doubt about yourself. Welcome this feeling into your body and seeing if you can just allow it in. And once you allowed it in, just see if you can grow it as big as you can. Feel this doubt, feel this fear spreading through every part of your body. And once you're there, seeing if you can just completely let it go. Ask yourself loudly or in your head, could I let this feeling go? And if you couldn't, then ask yourself, would I let this feeling go? And if you know you would, then ask yourself the final question: when would I let this feeling go? And you just imagine yourself maybe taking this emotion outside of your body and just throwing it away. Allow it to completely disappear from your body, knowing that this new version of you doesn't have this fear, doesn't have this doubt. And for step number 7, I just want you to imagine that there's a dial in front of you. Imagine that there's a dial from 0 to 10. And for every step that you walk up this dial, you can feel a sensation in your body just growing. You can feel your muscles tensing up or becoming more powerful. And as you walk yourself up this dial, you imagine yourself, you imagine your body to just become more and more powerful, as almost like you're stepping into this new powerful version of yourself. And then for the final step, just imagine the next time that you might be ahead of a situation, a challenge, and just remember how it would feel like or what you would do when going into this situation, but from a more confident and powerful state. So grounding it into a real experience and just deepening your breath and allowing yourself to be calm in this moment. Allowing yourself to be confident and powerful, even though it's a past challenging situation. Because now it's easeful, it's easy for you. And then allow yourself to slowly come back and open up your eyes. If you've done this exercise completely, then you will notice now how you feel from the beginning to the end. That doubt whether something is still possible for you, or that doubt on the procrastination or the self-sabotage, the more you work with this, the more that's just slowly going to fade away, and you're going to become more and more powerful for every time you go through this exercise. This is a version of you that's always available to you. And sometimes you might not see it, but it's always there. In this moment, you realize that you didn't have to force yourself to do anything. It was simply what was left after you removed those negative emotions and just simply tuned up your confidence. It was always there. You just created it with your mind. But of course, I'm going to be honest that this is not going to last forever. And this is something you have to come back to. And once you've done this enough times, it's going to replace that loop, that pattern, into something else. And now you're going to become a completely different being, a completely different version of yourself. And you're going to call that me. So if you really want to close that gap, come back to this video for 30 days in a row and comment each and every day on how you felt and if you have taken any steps along the journey. And I'll see you on the end, celebrating you for going through it. And I promise you that things are going to change if you do this.